On Saturday, January 3rd, we have the first full moon of 2026 being a Cancer full moon, and it's going to be sensitive and emotional and all that fun stuff. As always, a full moon is when the sun and the moon are sitting directly opposite each other in the sky, and the sun is able to fully illuminate the moon. And that's why full moons are associated with things being illuminated and things being revealed and things being brought to our awareness, as it kind of is like a spotlight moment in the lunation cycle. We also tend to get a little more clarity under full moons, where it's like, again, things are just being brought to our awareness and we may have like our own revelations. Full moons are always times of release, though, where we're letting go of those things that no longer serve us in order to grab onto what's next. And with this full moon landing right in the middle of Cancer, that means it's going to be illuminating all things Cancer. And so that means like, our feelings of emotional safety and security, and also like that feeling of belonging. And it's also going to be illuminating like our memories and feelings of nostalgia, and also like, our homes and our family. Really, like the most sensitive and private part of ourselves is being lit up. And this full moon is also conjunct the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter is that planet that tends to expand whatever it touches. And so, think bigger emotions under this full moon. And so there may be some sensitive spots being kind of, brought to our awareness under this full moon, but it's illuminating in order to bring a little more clarity on whatever the situation might be. And so as this energy is being illuminated, we can expect for there to be some kind of emotional or energetic release in order to move forward into this new year. And so this is not the time to like, shove your emotions down and put them in a box and try and save them for a later day. Like, this is the day to actually acknowledge your emotions and acknowledge how you're feeling and feel your feelings. And so really let your emotions and your feelings just rise up to the surface, because they're needing to be expressed for a reason. And so under this full moon, really take some time to, reflect on your own emotional reactions and your own emotional patterns, especially those ones that may be keeping you stuck repeating any unhealthy or unhelpful cycles. It always starts with having an awareness of that pattern, and then, noticing when you're repeating that pattern, and then being honest with yourself, and then actively working on healing that pattern. Because as we work on healing those patterns, that's how we work on healing our relationships in our lives, especially those close personal ones that tend to be associated with Cancer, like, our family and those friends that feel like family. And then as we are healing those relationships, it also helps heal that relationship we have with ourselves. Try to remember that feeling is healing. And so the more that you can lean into like the healing energy that this full moon brings, then the outcome can be greater self-understanding and self-acceptance, really, leaving room for profound inner growth to occur. And we've got a lot of other stuff going on in this full